Welcome to Creating the Path, a podcast for entrepreneurs who want to create their own unique pathway to success and happiness. I'm your host, Heather Grace Hanson, and each week I'll be sharing tips and strategies to help you create the path to a life you love. Let's dive in. Let's talk about dreams today. Not the dreams you have when you're sleeping, but the dreams you have when you're awake. The dreams you have for your life. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was yesterday here in the US, if you're listening to this on the day this episode goes live. And as we all know, his most famous speech was his "I Have a Dream" speech. He said a lot of inspiring and wise words over the years. Many of those quotes I'm sure you saw on social media yesterday. And so it got me wondering why, of all the things he said, why are the words, "I have a dream," the ones that stand out above all the other things he said? Everyone remembers that line, but I would guess that most probably can't quote word for word what he said after that. They know the general context, but the words we all remember are, "I have a dream." And I think those words, "I have a dream," were so powerful for a few reasons. It's powerful because we're naturally more drawn to what we want than to avoiding what we don't want. For example, after saying, "I have a dream," he could have listed all the negative things that he hoped would go away or that he hoped would change, but instead, he described life the way he dreamed it could be without racism and injustice. And maybe the speech would have still become his most famous speech either way. I can't know that for sure, but I don't know if it would have had the same impact if his dream had been to change what he didn't want instead of painting the beautiful picture of the future that he did want. I think it was also powerful because the dream he described resonated so deeply with all the people there. It was something they wanted so badly and probably until then didn't imagine it could come true. But hearing it out loud made it real. It painted a picture that people could look to and say, "That's what we want. That's the goal." And the content of his speech isn't the point of this episode. It's definitely a great discussion to have another time. But my point here is the power of dreams. I think everything starts with a dream, or at least all great achievements start with a dream. And when I say great achievements, I just want to be clear. I don't just mean large scale cultural change or something like that. A great achievement doesn't have to be changing the world. A great achievement can be changing something just in your world. You living your dream life, whatever that looks like, is a great achievement. And in order to get there, you have to start with the dream. Maybe some good things are achieved by accident or by chance, but mostly I think it starts from a dream or an idea, which then leads us to take an action in the direction of that dream or goal. And actually, I think of dreams and goals as different things. I just want to clarify that. A dream to me is like a picture. It's the big picture of what I want. And goals are the way to bring that dream to life. That's why if you listen to my episode on annual planning, that's why I set themes for the year instead of goals. My themes are my way of creating the dream of how I'd like my year to be. And then I set monthly and weekly goals in service of that dream. So I see goals as the way to get to the dream and to make it reality. And again, I think it's important to start with the dream first, because if you just set goals without getting clear on the dream first, it's like, what are you aiming for, right? Without a dream, your goals might just be random, or they might be things you think you should be doing. And ideally, you want your goals and your actions to be moving you in the direction you actually want to be going in, not just some random direction. So, this is my invitation to you to write your own I have a dream speech. What is your dream that is so beautiful and so exciting that you just can't help but be drawn to it? Write it down and make it real so that it can help guide you in the right direction and so that someday you can make it a reality. And with that, I'll say goodbye for now. Until next week. Thank you for dreaming with me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Creating the Path as much as I did. You can find the show notes for this and every episode at heathergracehanson.com/podcast. But before you go, make sure to hit the subscribe button. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Until then, have a fabulous week.